This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
If you will cast your minds back to when Anthony Joshua took on and defeated Vladimir Klitschko, okay, he became a unified champion. And in only his 17th fight, by the way. But since then, of course, Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, well, more specifically Eddie Hearn, has been talking about money every time Joshua's made money, okay? And some people like it, some people don't. And he has kind of made a bit of a rod for his own back now, so every time Anthony Joshua is mentioned to fight somebody, the opponent now wants life-changing retirement money. It's just the nature of the beast, right? But ever since then, of course, talks about potential fights with Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker, obviously before it happened, for other unifications, people want undisputed. And this is what we've heard for quite some time, ever since Joshua was doing all the damn donkey work, right? While Wilder was sat over there in Alabama fighting Eric Molina, fighting Spilker and Areola and Washington, these kind of guys, Joshua was actually going around belt collecting, taking on the best around that he possibly can. But a lot of the Wilder fans were saying, well, why is it that you guys, you Joshua fans, keep talking about that man's pockets? What do you care how much money he's making? Why do you care? Are you getting any of that money? No, you're not getting any of that kind of money. So why do you keep talking about it? We here in America, we don't care about that kind of thing because we ain't soft. People who talk about another man's pocket when you're not getting none, you're just soft. You're weak. You're pathetic. You've got no lives. This is what these people were saying. Okay, and of course this was going right the way through because, as I said, Eddie Hearn, he does put out certain things to the media which creates debate. Okay, social media is now the era of where people find out a lot more information than what they did years gone by. Okay, so when it comes to Joseph Parker, obviously they wanted 50-50 to start with, then eventually they got down to, was it 37%, 33%, whatever the hell it was in the end. But all these kind of things are leaked out, okay? And yeah, Eddie Hearn is probably to blame for a great chunk of it. But as I said, these Wilder fans, why are you talking about Anthony Joshua's money? We don't care if Deontay Wilder's only getting paid, an average $1 million per fight. At the time, that's what he was, up until Luis Ortiz, when he got paid $2.1 million. So this was their way of saying, why are you talking about money? In other words, stop talking about Wilder, that he's a pauper compared to Anthony Joshua. That's pretty much what they were saying. But now suddenly, Deontay Wilder is getting offers. These people have now turned into damn chartered accountants. And this is what I'm seeing all the time. For a long time, for the last several months now, they've been saying how Deontay Wilder, he should get 30%. He should get 40%. What's wrong with 40%? Anthony Joshua's got 3 of the main 4 belts, plus an IBO. Yes, he's a cash cow, but Deontay Wilder's got the WBC. That means he's entitled to 40%. See, there's always something. There's always an extra hurdle. But yet, before the negotiations, all these guys were talking about was one face, one name. All we want is undisputed. We want to find out who's the best. We don't care about money and all this kind of thing. Even Wilder himself was saying, I don't care about money. I just care about legacy. All I want is Anthony Joshua fight to cement my legacy for undisputed. That's all he was saying, even though he never did bugger all in his entire career. But lately, of course, he bit another cherry. He took on another cherry, his 41st cherry in Tyson Fury, and that cherry had one hell of a seed in it, and it tasted very sour. He lost that fight to Tyson Fury. It's evidently clear. And yes, I have heard about some clown channel who stated that Wilder won the fight, but when he was given the rounds, he totally messed it up. See, trip over your own lies. This is what I mean. People are acting on emotion rather than logic. They lie so much that they kind of forget what it is that they're lying about and contradict themselves all the time and make themselves out to be a complete jackass. Again, it just is how it is, right? So these people have now, ever since Eddie Hearn said, well, we're actually going to offer Deontay Wilder 40% to come to Wembley April 13th to take on Anthony Joshua, plus a guaranteed rematch. Even if Joshua blasts you out in the very first second of the very first round, you're going to get a rematch. Even if the fight goes to points and Joshua wins, and it's a boring fight, no one really wants to see the rematch, you're going to get the rematch anyway. Even if Wilder blitzes Joshua, he's going to get a rematch. Even if it's a draw, you're going to get a rematch. 40% is all you're asking for. That's what you've got. And suddenly now his fans who previously said, we don't care about money, we don't care about any of that, why are you counting another man's pockets, are suddenly, Wilder should get 50-50. This is a new narrative. Should be 50-50 for what? 50-50 for what? What's he done? He just drew against a damn fat man. What the hell are you talking about? A guy who's been out of the ring for 3 years, took on 2 taxi drivers, still out of shape. He's still not down well there yet. And he got a gifted draw? Come on now. He's got 1 belt. 1 damn belt. Yes, it's a WBC belt, but guess what? He's been disrespecting that belt by not defending it against those that all boxing fans want to see him defend it against. He's never done it. He got forced into Luis Ortiz, according to Eddie Hearn, via Steven Espinoza. He got forced into that fight with Luis Ortiz. What's he done to deserve 50-50? On what planet is it 50-50? This is your way of, for quite some time, all we want is undisputed. We just want to find out who's the best. We don't care about money. To suddenly, yeah, actually, Wilder should get 30%. All right, well, you get 30%. Well, no, actually, you should get 40%. 40%, that's a bit much, isn't it? Okay, fine, have 40%. Let's get damn fight done. No, actually, he should get 50%. What, 1 belt versus 4? What are you talking about? And the 4 belts that Joshua's got, 3 of those you need for undisputed. Wilder's only got 1. His WBC is the same value as any one of those other 3. It's a 25% of undisputed. 25%. You need 4 belts to become undisputed. You don't need lineal, don't need Ring Magazine, don't need IBO. You need IBF, WBO, WBA, WBC. Joshua has all but the WBC. How on earth? You people don't want the fight. You just don't want the fight, do you? You never did. It was all about building profile of Deontay Wilder, like you do with so many fighters of years gone by, like you do with, say, Errol Spence and plenty of other ones out there. You just want to accuse other people of ducking. You want to build the brand and build the name of your favourite fighters like Charlo's and that, who've never damn well stepped up, but you want to accuse everybody else of ducking. Because you don't want to see the fight. You don't want to actually see them do something unless it's a guaranteed victory. This is why you guys were all up for Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury should have lost that fight. In the condition that he was in, at only being 70%, should never been in the damn ring to start with. And your boy got exposed. But you guys were talking about lineal. Lineal, currently right now, Tyson Fury is number 1 in the world, is what they were saying, because he's about to fight Wilder, thinking that Wilder's going to blast him. Then what happens? He then becomes lineal. Wilder's number 1. Jackasses. Right, I had to pause it right there. I had a momentary cough, still getting over the flu, so I do apologise. Kind of lost my rhythm a little bit there. So anyway, where were we? Yeah, Wilder, 40%. And these jackasses over there, they want 50-50 for Wilder, counting the man's pocket, right? Even though they're getting nothing out of it, why they're doing it? Because they're pandering to Wilder. They want Wilder. Please come on my channel, please. I love you. If you want to be pregnant, I'll try. You see, this is what they want to do. They're not interested in the fight. And if you see any channels out there saying 50-50, when previously you know that they've been saying, we don't care about the money, all we want is the best versus the best, and blah, 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 blah. You know they're not in it. You know that they've been lying to you. Grown men riding for this man. He hasn't done anything. What's he done to deserve 50-50? What's he done? Anybody running around saying 50-50, you don't want this fight. You don't want it. Or you've got a real hatred agenda towards AJ and Eddie Hearn. That's exactly what it is. I'm sure of it. It must be. It must be. Wilder, who, got gifted a draw in his last fight against a fat man? I love Tyson, but listen, that was a Tyson not fully functioning. Next fight, maybe he will be. But December the 1st, he was not. It was the best that he could possibly do. But it wasn't. Even his own brother, his own dad, his own trainer said so. And Wilder struggled? No, one of the damn WBC are trying to enforce him to rematch Tyson Fury because they want Tyson Fury as their champion. They've had enough of Wilder. And these channels, oh my goodness. Some of them got 50, 60,000 subs. And they're averaging, 2,000, 3,000 views per video? There's a good reason for it, because people had enough. People don't want to listen to your lies anymore. They just don't want to listen. We've been right all the way along. Wilder never wanted the fight. Never wanted it. He conned you all, and you guys were in on it, conning the public. And there's so many people there, got to be looking at you guys now saying, what the hell? I actually listened to you, and I believed you. I subscribe to you. Quite clearly, you don't want the fight. If you're saying 50-50 and 40% isn't good enough, you count another man's pocket. You're soft. You're weak. You're pathetic. 40. They want 50-50? My God. My God. See, this is why I'm not subscribed to these people anymore, because I was tired of their lies. And if you're seeing these people say 50-50 on videos, I have no idea why you would be subscribed to them. I have no idea. No idea. Listen, if they want Wilder to win, cool, fair enough. They're a Wilder fan channel. Maybe you're a Wilder fan, so you kind of feel like you have to. I get it. I get it. You want him to win. And if he does fight Joshua and he beats Joshua, congratulations. Well done. Good job. But all the hate that he's caused online and his fans and the channels just creating divides, creating racism as well. That's all they've been doing. They never wanted to fight. And if you're a boxing fan, you wouldn't listen to these people. Listen, I know it's funny to listen to stupidity once in a while, but come on now. That's why they keep doing it. If you keep watching, they're going to keep on doing it. Because they don't know any different. They don't know any better. 50-50, my days. What's he done? What has he done for 50-50? He's got one belt. Joshua's got 4. 3 of the important ones. And Joshua's the face of boxing. The cash cow of boxing. And you guys want to, pander to Wilder? Yeah, come on, Wilder. Please come on the channel. We love you. Pathetic. Grown men. Can you look at your own children and your wives in the eyes? Can you really? You talk about being part of that life. I'm about that life. We keep it real over here. No, you don't. No, you don't. Clearly you don't. Listen, you want Wilder to win. Cool. Nobody's got an issue with that. Nobody has. But the lies people have an issue with. That's why your views are dropping through your arse. There's a reason for it. People had enough. Did Floyd Mayweather give Pacquiao 50-50? Did Floyd Mayweather give anybody 50-50? Did you complain about that? What about Andre Ward? Did he travel? Did he give up A-side status? Joshua has 4 belts. Wilder's got 1. Joshua's been fighting top competition after top competition after top competition, unifying, collecting the belts one at a time, building a brand, earning so much money, putting heavyweight boxing back on the map. What's Wilder done? He fought Spilker, Areola, Washington, tried to fight Andre Wajcik, got forced into fighting Luis Ortiz, bit the wrong cherry with Tyson Fury. You guys need to have a word with yourself. You need to have a serious look in the mirror and question what it is that you want. Are you a fan of boxing or are you not? Why do you ride for people before they do anything and give them passes? You do the same with the damn Charlos. They haven't done anything, and yet everybody else is ducking. This is your narrative. Everybody's ducking because you don't want your guys to actually do something. You don't want it unless it's a guaranteed win. All you want to do is talk about how everybody's ducking them. In other words, we're going to give them a pass because everybody's ducking them. When you know nobody's ducking Wilder or the Charlos or Spence or anybody. You know that they're not. But you're doing it to give these people a pass so they can carry on cherry picking because it saves face for you. And everybody listening, you need to prioritise. Do you want to watch people who lie? Is that what you want to do? Do you want to give them a subscription? Do you want to get their videos popping up in your recommendation? Do you want that? If you do, cool, crack on. No problem. They're very, very good at lying. We know that much. We can trace back right the way back to know that they're lying. They keep changing the story to encourage Wilder to duck Joshua because they never wanted the damn fight. Why don't they want the fight? Number 1, they're scared that Wilder's going to lose. And number 2, it knocks their views and everything that they've ever said about Joshua. Juicy J and he's on steroids and he's chinny, he's a robot, all this kind of thing. If he blasts through Wilder, they've thrown every other heavyweight under the bus. While Wilder is still champion and still kicking in the boxing, they can carry this on. Why? Subs, views. That's all it is. And you guys allow it. I don't give these people not one view. Not one. Anyway. 50-50, you've got to be having an absolute giraffe. You really have. 50-50. If anybody is a genuine boxing fan and a true Wilder fan, you'll be saying, no. Listen, I want Wilder to win, but he needs to be realistic. Quite clearly, he's ducking. And you need to pull people up about it. Anyway, that's it for now. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.